What's up guys, I'm Phoenix Master 1 and welcome to my first impression and stat speculation for the Thracia banner that we're going to be getting. And we do have Ascended Mareeta in this banner. So obviously with a Hero Rises just around the corner, there are not too many people who are going to be summoning on this banner unless they've been waiting for these units for a long time. And I can definitely see why, because this banner definitely has some fan favorites from Thracia, and August being definitely one of them. So he is a infantry staff unit and he does come with a preferred weapon, which does make him a lot more unique. We can see his stats, so he's quite min-maxed with high attack and high bulk but really low speed. So he's here shown to double this axe armor who has got a brave axe. I just find that really funny. So yeah, he has got diplomacy staff as his preferred weapon, and this is a supportive weapon. It does have wrathful staff built into it, and at start of a turn he can give the visible buffs of +6 attack, defense and resistance to the support partner, and he also provides them with the auto follow-up status effect. So this can definitely be useful on a lot of flyers or cavaliers who are slow and are forced to run quicker post. So you can just run ally support with August and make them double and not really have them occupy slot B or Sacred Seal with quicker post. So that is something you can do for sure, and this could definitely be useful on a lot of really slow units in general. And the second effect is definitely a bit more specific. At start of the turn, if at least one ally has died, then he can provide -2 special cooldown and the follow-up negation to the unit's partner. So this is going to be applicable more in the in-game content and for summoner duels, because in Aether Raids offense, ideally you do not want to lose a unit. Same goes in Arena or Arena Assault and pretty much any other game mode. Even in Grand Hero battles, limited hero battles, you don't really want your allies to die, obviously. So this has really limited functionality, and it pretty much provides them with the follow-up negation effect so that the enemy cannot really double them. So in general, this is pretty good for a lot of slower units, but still faster units can also make use of this. So his diplomacy staff is definitely pretty interesting and unique, but I'm not sure if it's going to be seeing a lot of usage because of its secondary condition requiring an ally to die. In Summoner Duels, it can definitely work out, and I think that if you do get a copy of him, you could use him in Summoner Duels S, maybe on some kind of team, and just pre-charge the special by trading in a unit, because you can just send a nuke on the opponent's team, like maybe Legendary Sigurd. You can just send him to die, and then once he dies and gives you the extra movement, then you can just trigger this condition from Diplomacy Staff and really, just buff up that one unit. He also has Nudge Plus, which is a healing shove, and he has got the Bomb Plus skill, Defense Resistance Bond 4, and even Recovery. So Defense Resistance Bond 4 can definitely be worked out on a lot of save tanks, because this does protect you against the debuffs. So save tanks are going to be near their allies as it is because of the save skills, so it does have good synergy with that, and we don't really have defense resistance unity yet. So that's why I think this bond skill could be useful on those units, and we finally have a recovery skill in the normal summoning pool. So recovery skills have fallen off a bit, but still it's nice to have, and he's just going to be taking out this Axe Knight that only he's able to double because that Axe Knight is just so slow. And then we have Galzus, another fan favorite, but unfortunately, they completely destroyed him, didn't give him a preferred weapon. He's a sword infantry unit, and he's an extremely powerful unit in Thracia, but here he comes with Rain Sword, which is alright, I guess, and then he has got Luna, Surge Sparrow, and Null Follow-Up. So he suffers the same fate as Evil, where, he's locked to 5-star rarity just because of his fodder. That's pretty much it. And he definitely deserved a preferred weapon in my opinion. So if you don't really want to fodder off Brave Erica, then there's another option of Surge Sparrow, and you can also get Null Follow-Up at the same time, so this could be useful on the infantry units for sure. But yeah, so he's not going to be having a preferred weapon. Still, I expect him to have a stat spread similar to this, just very high attack, probably going to be having high defense as well at base 38, and then resistance is likely going to be the dump stat. So that is Galzus. Unfortunately, didn't really, get a preferred weapon. I feel like if they had just given him some kind of preferred weapon, that would have been really nice for doing him justice. And then we have the 4-star D mode of this banner. So it is Karin, and she is a Lance Flyer, and she does have Allied Lance Plus, which is basically a Lance version of Love Candelabra, which we had on Groom Zealot. In fact, she also has attack defense farm just like Zealot and also drive attack. So farm skills are pretty nice budget skills to have, and it's definitely nice that we're getting more of this on these demotes. And she does have drive attack and moonbow as well. So yeah, she's not going to be that impressive really because she's another just lance flyer. And we did already get Marcia as a Gen 6 lance flyer. So I feel like Karin is definitely going to be having similar stat spread to that with the offenses. And then she's probably going to have higher resistance than defense, just as a contrast to Marcia, which we also did receive recently. And then we have the Ascended hero of this banner, the main star of this banner, and it is going to be Ascended Mareeta. So her costume is really inspired by Galzus and also Shannon, and she is a sword infantry unit again. Now, I know we have seen a lot of sword infantry units who can pretty much do the same role, but I feel like Ascended Mareeta is definitely going to be, one of the better units in that class type along with Brave Marth because of the stuff that she's got in her base kit. So Ascending Blade provides her with -1 special cooldown, and it also has Quicken Pulse built into it, so at start of a map, she can pre-charge her Vital Astra, and she can easily get +5 to all of her stats, and she also has full null follow-up built into this weapon, similar to the normal version of Mareeta. And then she also has a mini special spiral, which after the combat is going to be reducing -1 special cooldown. So she can always have her Vital Astra charged up in this way, and because of having it pre-charged, she can trigger this twice in the player phase if the enemy does not die to the first hit and if they counter attack. So that could be really useful for really hitting hard, but of course against a lot of the tanks which have the guard skills and stuff like that, she's not going to be able to trigger it twice. So Vital Astra is her preferred special, which is definitely really interesting, and it does scale off based on her speed, similar to Shining Emblem or Regnal Astra that we have seen before. And this also has damage reduction skill built into it, but the cap of this damage reduction skill is up to 30%, while Spurn that she has in her slot B is up to 40%. So damage reduction always stacks up multiplicatively, it does not stack up additively. So this damage reduction from her Vital Astra and Spurn ends up being at 58% damage reduction that she can get. Of course, you could pierce through this by using Deadeye or Lethality, but needless to say, if you do not have that, then she's going to be a really bulky unit with this damage reduction, despite the fact that she's mostly going to be fast, and she also has null follow-up in her weapon so she can prevent the auto-doubled skills, and then she's got attack speed solo 4, and even Tempest in her kit as well. Brave Marth also has even Tempest and Spurn, so quite a lot of similarities between these two, but Brave Marth of course does have that healing effect and also the Vantage from his weapon, and Shining Emblem can support her allies as well. Meanwhile, Mareeta is going to be getting a lot more damage reduction out of her base kit, and she can also spam specials in the form of Vital Astra and the pre-charges that she can get out of her preferred weapon. I know her playstyle and base kit is quite boring to a lot of people because we have seen it many times, but she's still a Gen 6 sword infantry unit with the updated stats and all of these preferred skills, so she's definitely going to be a strong unit because of it. And spamming specials and also having that high damage reduction is going to be the main highlight of Ascended Mareeta. So she's going to be able to finish off the Sword Dragon, and I feel like she's going to be having a stat spread similar to this. Really fast at base 43, I think at least she's going to be having that. And Mareeta doesn't really have the highest attack stat in her two versions, but I feel like Ascended Mareeta is probably going to be having that at least like base 38 and above. And then she doesn't have the highest defense or resistance, but she's going to be bulky because of that damage reduction. So yeah, that is the banner that we have, and a Heroes Rises banner is just going to be coming out next week. So a lot of people are going to be summoning on that banner, and this is going to be mostly a skippable banner for most people because we already have, stuff like Brave Marth that people may have gotten from Choose Your Legends as their sword infantry unit in their barracks. And August is interesting, but his staff is a bit more on the gimmicky side, and it's not going to be easy to slot him in something like Summoner Duels because each slot is really valuable, and then Galzus and Karin is not really going to be standing out that much because of not having a preferred weapon and also being from a really saturated class type. We also have a Grand Hero Battle unit this time, and that is going to be Salem. So he appears to be a red infantry mage, and he has a Vulture Tome. So we did have Nime, who did have a Vulture Tome, and it's basically a non-seasonal PLEGIAN weapon, and that's actually a really good red inheritable tome. Red tomes have shortage of good inheritable weapons, and they have stuff like Unity Plumes Plus logged on Henriette that is, as it is, only foddered off for far save. So having a Vulture Tome in the Grail pool is going to be helping a lot of non-preferred weapon red mages like Urg, Peleus, stuff like that. So we can see Salem's art, and we can already tell his weapon by the sprite. I hope Salem is fast and not really too slow, because him being a Gen 6 Urg is going to be a bit better than just being another slow red mage, I feel like. So I really want him to be fast, and he's probably going to be having higher resistance because of this, Vulture Tome. So yeah, that is Salem. Not really the most exciting unit, but still pretty nice to have because of that inheritable Vulture Tome, which is going to be pretty nice. And I hope that we can eventually get the PLEGIAN tomes for all of the other colors as well in form of these Vulture weapons. So let me know what you think about this banner in the comment section down below, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, then make sure to leave a like and a comment, helps you tremendously. And if you really enjoyed, you could always support me directly by using Super Thanks or by becoming a YouTube member. And for more FEH videos, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because YouTube's up boxes are about as functional as Mareeta's damage reduction against lethality and Deadeye. So with that said, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.